Goes down the line. Big pack falls in front. Winds in space, lays it off, in trouble Ebert, taken from behind by Kelly, stolen by Motlop, still Motlop, runs it towards the 50, goes with the outside of the boot. That was terrific when Chapman takes the mark in the pocket.
Around now.
Pretty comfortable area here for Chapman, I think. Difficult shot, but...
Your end zone.
Runs around. How about that? Straight through the middle. Something Cahoon couldn't do at the other end. That was so clever. Motlop virtually walking the tightrope along the boundary. And the clever finish with the outside of the boot, finding Chapman. And Chapman, a veteran of so many finals campaigns. Not daunted, just opening the angle, coming around and putting it through.
Great fend off here by Stevie Motlop. Really clever check side kick, and this is an important start for Paul Chapman. We all know how talented he is, but to go back and slot it does his confidence a world of...
Geelong looking for their second goal. He bounces it across to Blick's halves. Tad lazy. Joel Corey reloads from about 70 to the pocket. And guess who? This is his spot. Chapman runs around. The last one should have been tougher than this, and he puts it through. Both of them, though, right through the middle.
Well, twice he's kicked 5 goals in finals, including a preliminary final. He kicked 4 in a grand final. He's got a remarkable big-time record, we know that. Started the year well, had the big injury, came back, and he's got the opening 2 goals.
Lonigan, Guthrie doing well, keeping Wingard at bay. Now Lonigan. It bounces outside the defensive 50, but it's coming back. Boak's got the football, looks towards the middle. Ebert has taken the mark about 25 metres out. That was a well-weighted kick.
Need to kick this.
That was a good kick to Ebert. Drove him back to take the mark. And he kicks the goal we were talking about. So Port suddenly within 6 points.
Well, it's one of the most famous names we know in South Australian football. His first goal in a final, Ebert. His last couple of... His only 2 finals before this have been both against Collingwood, once as an Eagle and once as a Power last week. So Port back within that goal.
It's towards half forward. They can't see the headband. Selwood dropped the mark, does a U-turn. Monfrey's in his hip pocket. Guthrie, bit of a fumble, time to recover. Selwood left half back. Well done, Monfrey's. Varco fumbles. Westhoff, golden chance now for Port. Kick inside the forward 50. They've got the numbers down there. Arriving quickly as Westhoff goes to Monfrey's. He's in behind the defence. Gus falls over. Okay, get up and check it, Gus.
Got to be said, their intensity around the footy is good. Gus Monfrey puts on a smother here, which sets it up. Geez, his work rate's good.
He's terrific, isn't he?
They're going to have to work their forwards because they usually got the extra number to work against, so their defensive pressure just has to be really intense.
Look at that.
Joel. Thank you.
15 metres out to level the score. Combative as always. Angus Monfries puts it through. The longer they stick around, the more nervous Geelong will become.
Well, the forward pressure you're talking about, Lee, Port Adelaide personnel-wise really well suited to apply that. Their tall players in Schultz and Westhoff are both really agile across the ground, can apply the pressure. Then they've got the 4 smalls, Monfries, Wingard.
It's a clever kick. So Moore's up to 9 and Hartland 10 in this first quarter. Lobie worked underneath. Josh Hunt got down low, brought down.
Just threw it out.
Free kick to Port. Lobie's a reciprocal.
Right out, late. Better one. Illegal disposal. Right out, Jared. Right out. Here's the mark. Jared.
It's a good ruckman, this young fella. He's taken a while.
Of course, if the tackle knocks the ball out, it's play on, but that, which I think is probably what happened there. I thought that's a little stiff to be... wasn't a legal disposal as such. The ball fell out of his hands.
Can Lobie take advantage of it? This to give Port the lead. Any score. Good-looking kick. Holding the line. And Port Adelaide lead, and they'll probably lead at quarter time.
At the footy, Westhoff gets boot to ball. It wanders out towards the boundary. Bit of class here. Johnson met solidly by Schultz, pursued by Wingard. He coughed it up. Moore goes down towards the attacking 50. One out is Selwood. Two hard hombres. Tried to knock it forward was Logan. Picked up by Monfries. Gives it to Gray. Gray with men on. Choose a man. Goes to Westhoff. And Westhoff goes in. And Port have got their biggest lead.
So Jay Shaw's in really hard on Stevie J there. Gray was very clever here. Lee, you talked about Westhoff pre-match. I mean, that's what he's...
Good away. That was the flyer from behind. Stokes at close quarters. Kelly under pressure. Across the body. And the mark is taken by Duncan. A kick from right on the 50. Man on the mark is standing about 5 metres inside. He's at the other end to start this term from Port. They've kicked a couple of goals as well. Duncan. That's a beautiful kick. He has slotted it. That's quality.
Covered up, okay?
Well, it was a fortunate kick in that landed on Duncan's chest. Geelong's forward line at the moment, you sense it's not really functioning all that well.
Run. Monfries is on. Monfries inside the forward 50. Geelong break down again.
Well, they've adjusted the way they move the ball, Port Adelaide. The first quarter we spoke earlier about kicking it long down the line. Now they're changing the angles, going backwards to get it to the open side, and we can see the end result. Monfries on his own on the far side of the ground.
You force the opposition, in this case Geelong, to defend, don't you? And you get the ball into the quality ball users, and they use it well. And the work rate of Angus Monfries in this first half has been exemplary. They just look like they're covering the ground so well, Port Adelaide.
Well, Tommy, you talk about quality ball users. Is Tommy, the other Tommy, this Tommy, in that category? We're about to find out. What an important kick. Port up by 9. Just to make it 15. Logan's kick is magnificent. What a beauty.
Lee, I'm not his manager, but I think he's had 5 one-year contracts, Tom.
Yeah.
Tell us about that first time at the
Well,
line.
first time when he's drafted, the first intra-club game he played for the...
He's about 75 metres from goal. Almost half-time. What if they can grab a late one here? Long ball inside the 50. Westhoff was up, fingertips to it. Socked away inadvertently there by Johnson. Comes back to Westhoff, taken high. Now,
He's ducking down to pick the footy up.
he's a mercurial player, and this is not beyond him. He's looking towards the middle, but my advice would be back your skills in here, and he's got plenty of skill. Couple of posters. A couple of easy misses, but then again, Geelong have countered with their own easy miss. Australia, who needs to do it right here.
We're right.
Jack Hodie, a guy called Peter Endersby kicked 2 from this pocket in the grand final and set the whole state alive. Couldn't believe he could do it.
Not this real pocket.
No, the Adelaide Oval one, similar.
That's all right. Well, looks like it's just plain old-fashioned drop punt. Oh! You won skillful. He's got his second. That is a magnificent kick. He just punched it through the goals. And it's a body blow to the solar plexus for Geelong. 1.5 minutes from half-time. That is remarkable.
And this is just after he's kicked the goal. Yeah, I think he did the swan dive. But that second ruck, the guy who can be a second ruckman, who can fit in the ruck, but is actually agile and mobile, he's doing that role exceptionally well for Port.
Flanagan, fingertips to it, under pressure, Westhoff. And here he is, Monfries, so dangerous on the forward line, pulls it back, raised the target, arriving quickly even. Trying to get a fist on that one was Mackey. That's in the back.
Oh, has to be.
Oh dear. Josh Hunt falling into the back of Robbie Gray. And Gray is 25 metres out directly in front. 41 seconds remaining in the half. He does his best to stay out of his back, but that's in the back.
Well, again, it started with Monfries spinning forward and being the free player on the far side of the ground. He started the last stoppage. Geelong player went with him.
What a pickup he's been, Angus Monfries. 1 goal and so much hard running tonight. And this kick, wow, huge in the context of the game. Robbie Gray steps in and slots it. The Cats in trouble.
This is where a Selwood or a Bartel or a Johnson, one of those gun players tends to have to impose themselves on the game, because at the moment they're just been outrun.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Nick Angus Monfries as a teammate in your forward line. You just love that work rate when he pushes right up. He uses the ball well, provides forward pressure.
Yeah, you're right. He's become.
He needs to lift, goes short, not a good kick. Down there at the feet of Johnson. Barco comes again, looks uncertain. O'Shea's hand pass not so good. Eventually it comes back to Johnson. Got it from Kelly, kicks inside the forward 50, and Hawkins takes the mark. So Tom Hawkins, about 30 metres out, if that. How many possessions so far tonight for Tom? Just the 2.
It's the first time all night we've actually seen him lead up at the football.
And had the space to do it.
Chris Scott, like that. This would be some sort of a start, not only for the team, but for Tom. Right behind Hawkins. Such an important kick, and he delivers. So, the Cats suddenly smiling broadly.
Out of the ground.
So he's on the board.
Here we go.
Huge kick for him and the club, as Dennis said. So how can Port stop Geelong from scoring quickly?
Tries to squeeze one in. Mackie gets back, takes a good defensive mark. Kicks it towards the centre square. Now they're running. Duncan, initiated by Taylor. The kick comes in towards the forward line from Christensen. Leading back is Chapman. Chapman twisting, turning. He's about 15 metres out. He snaps and he goals. He's got his third.
Just classic Geelong football there, turning it over across the half-back line, bringing it in through the corridor, linking up with hands, and Chapman beating the Port Adelaide defence out the back, and a great finish for his third goal.
Scotty Punt, we knew this was going to happen, didn't we? It was going to come after half-time. Corey, they're getting all the centre clearances. Carlo leading Hawkins to the ball, but not winning it. Motlop sweeping. Oh, brilliantly done, Broadbent. Talk about the big steal, but then he coughs it up to Corey. Bartel. Yes, Jimmy! Cometh the moment. Oh, he's a big-time footballer, and he's got a few around him right now. 7 of them are played in 3 premierships, and he's been cornerstone to a lot of that. They're coming, and it's exciting, isn't it?
It's the big names of Geelong, isn't it? Chapman, Selwood, Kelly, Bartel, the triple premiership players. Joel Corey's been good. This is a great test for this young Port Adelaide side. Great test.
Holly.
Hands everywhere on it. Sorry. Thanks.
And this is a really pro-Geelong crowd now too, and the last 5 minutes has brought them right into this game.
Blitzar's big thump. Johnson, creative. Corey, Boak. Good time for the captain to get his hands on the footy. Gray on the left, out on the full. Port on the back foot. Not rattled, I wouldn't say that, but certainly now being tested.
Free kick after
Free
kick.
kick for high, yeah.
So back to Gray, is it?
Yeah.
Reporting your hot contact.
He's a good player, Gray. He's had so many injury problems. He's had very few good pre-seasons. Such a talent. Gee, that's that he deserves.
Did he say he reported?
I think he did say that, yeah.
Is he reported as
Yeah.
well?
I think I heard the umpire say that.
Yep.
Well, we'll check on that.
Yeah, looks inside the forward 50, then goes to the centre square. Gee, Kelly's been good in this term. Selwood, balks, Boat goes at him, Selwood goes long. He's a goal-kicking Selwood this season. Goodard goes back off his fingertips and across the line. So, 2 points the difference. Chapman on report.
So how different is that to Buddy Franklin, do you think, guys?
14 marks last week against Collingwood, but a poor kick coming out. Harry in the grasp, feeds it forward. Kelly in trouble. Likewise, hand passes down towards full forward. It's going to be a free kick. Hawkins held without it.
Find the mark, try that tip, time back's on.
Fresh legs waiting to come on. Taylor Hunt runs around. Kick is on the way. They lead by a goal. Tom Hawkins.
It's a great response from Tom Hawkins. There's a big key forward who's played well in big games. he wouldn't have enjoyed that first half at all. Only
There's been a lot to get here, haven't they? Westhoff to Boak, to Wingard. Wingard kicks to a vacant forward line. Which way does the ball bounce? It favours Port. Couldn't quite take it. Shaw's free kick, I think. Hammered into by Rivers.
Dead eye, Jay Schultz.
He didn't duck it, he slipped the ground, take him high.
Because every kick's important, but they haven't scored this quarter, Port, so I think it's just the errant arm that hung out, but they haven't scored, so it's so critical at least to get 1-6-porter from one scoring shot for them to get back into it on the scoreboard too.
It's been 7 years since there's been a scoreless quarter in a final of any description, so this is Port's first real chance today in this third quarter. Shaw's quiet night, we've talked about him. Good looking kick and scores a level.
On your jump.
I don't think you can argue with that. I mean, he got down low, but it was.
Not when you see that. I'm not sure to see what the umpire saw.
Here we go.
So, scores a level. Corey, won a 50-50. Christensen, chance for the Cats now. Inside the last minute of the third term. Searing kick inside the forward 50. Lurking behind is Johnson. Beats a tackler, goes to Motlop. Brushes aside an opponent and snaps a wonderful, wonderful goal.
Those things you always can. You count laid tackles, but broken tackles are always one of those critical factors to can you avoid the broken tackles, and just this quarter for the majority of it, they just haven't been able to stick the tackles, Port, which has allowed as soon as a tackle is broken, then you're outnumbered where the ball is going to go next. So that is one aspect of the game that Geelong have been able to just get on top, breaking tackles.
There was a massive one-on-one there with Corey and Hartlett. I mean, it was just huge at the time, and Corey won it.
He's had some big one-on-one moments in big finals, Joel Corey. Cast my mind back to the 2007 preliminary final in the third quarter. Dive and smother, it was just inspirational
The
stuff.
Port looked out there. I mean, Wingard had got it out to Hartlett, who was sort of flat-footed. And now, again, going forward, Corey to full forward. Cats a goal in front. Motlop's been really good in this quarter. Bartel again! And just missing. So Geelong have got a bit of breathing space. So Port just want to eat the clock now, don't they? Stop a Geelong score, and they'll do that, you'd think, for sure. But what a third term by the Cats.
Let's Duncan! Try back one.
So 11 scoring shots to 1 in the third quarter, and Geelong lead by 7 points. They've thrown everything at Port Adelaide, and they've got themselves a narrow lead, but this game is very much 50-50. I feel like they've got a bit of confidence now, Geelong. Chapman's in a good spot. Well done, Lobie. Johnson still with Stevie J. Floating to the goal square. Corey getting back. Free kick.
Holding. Holding.
Well, a good look at it. Oh, I don't think so.
Always tough to tell on those one who actually initiates the holding contact.
It's play on, isn't it? Yep. Joel Corey and Geelong kick away. How can have big last quarters? He's kicked 16 goals in last quarters this year, Wingard. Westhoff, Monfries with that hard running.
So Monfries was going back to goal, but Westhoff knew he'd just do the U-turn, come back into the space, almost kicked the ball before he actually came back.
So he's just searching, where does he go with this ball?
Lobie's going deep.
Well done there, Broadbent. He missed one last week. He hit the post against Carlton. Port need this big time. And that's a beautiful looking kick. They're right back in it again. Kick to the centre, Hawkins maybe stiff. Bartel, they're in here in good hands. Chappie, he kicked 4 in the grand final against Port. Does he get his 4th tonight? Oh, he's missed it. Wow, they had so many opportunities here, so much time.
Elwood Runs inside the centre square to Johnson. By his lofty standards, a quiet night. Across the ground finds Mackie. He's 55 metres out. Just exploring the options. The machinations. He drives it long down towards full forward. Hawkins at the back of the pack with some holding, and it's going to be a free kick advantage. Oh no! Oh no! Corns holding the ball.
They're lucky to get away with that, Geelong. It was a bit of a nothing kick in from Mackie, just long to no one in particular, and yeah, you just question the wisdom of playing on in your back 50
He
like that.
certainly looked at the umpire. He knew it was advantage and he took it, but then turned it over.
Well, could be the biggest mistake of the night by one of their stars, one of their champions. Stands the mark as Chapman kicks it over his hanging head and puts it through for his 4th goal. Kane Corns.
When Chris Scott knew he needed to do something, he's forward on. He put Bartel forward, he put Johnson forward, he put good class players around the big tools and started to get the opportunities.
Corey, handball to space. Christensen running on to it, and Geelong are on their way to the Hawks. They're on their way to the prelim. They've broken the back. What was a 23-point deficit suddenly becomes a 23-point lead. I say suddenly, it's been 40 hard minutes.
There's a great response by all the Geelong players when their goal went through. You got the sense they think we've done enough now to have a crack at Hawthorn. That's what they came here to do. And we could get set for one of the biggest prelim finals in a long time.
No doubt about that, with all the things that go with Hawthorn versus Geelong.
Well, it has been an ominous second half from the Cats. We were questioning them at half-time, exactly how they were going to respond. I think it's been resounding.
Has to go. No time to dilly-dally, as they say. Pittard through midfield. Long kick deep inside the attacking zone. Juggled attempt to the mark. It's paid to Schultz. Chance of a quick reply. Under 6 minutes. This would pull it back to what? 18 points.
He's on the mark.
Actually, Bruce is swinging.
15 gone.
Schultz. Huge kick this one. On the way. And it's good. There's still a pulse. Schultz has 2.
Becomes really critical here. Kelly, Stokes and Selwood.
You feel like Port Adelaide's last chance is right now. Can they win the ball forward? Quick kick by Kelly. And that's a great result for the Cats. Motlop off a step to fall forward. Hawkins using that big body of his. Well done, Carlisle. Blitzarv's terrific. Selwood! Yes! What a year he's had. What a captain he is. Well, he was voted the captain of the year earlier this week. Have a look at that bloody nose and that look. I mean, you'd go to war with that guy, wouldn't you?
Row your face, isn't it?
As Dennis said, it's a goal-kicking Selwood this year. I mean, he's up to nearly 30 goals.
Yeah, took the roll of the dice, went in sort of as a midfielder, get in after the ball. He's done that a bit more this year. That's just why he's kicked more goals.
Margin out to 23.
Here we go.
It's a mountain too high to climb now for Port.
It is a rhetorical question, isn't it? So, Johnson run down. Free kick to Port. So, we keep saying they're going to run out of time. Well, it's a great tackle by Schultz. He's actually imposed himself a bit in this second half, Schultz, hasn't he? So can he dob a 3rd goal here? And maybe, you know, the Lee Matthews theory, minutes and goals.
We're getting on the edge of that one here tonight, Bruce.
Well, Port have been on the edge all year, haven't they?
Right.
It's been that sort of year.
Three for 3.
He's a good kick. But he hasn't quite held the line. And Port, surely this dream run, this romantic story is coming to an end.
Taylor, Johnson. Westhoff stands off. Taylor is the target. Boak's got the football. Back come Port again. Broadbent. Searing hand pass on the bounce to the pocket. Westhoff! Westhoff! Remarkable goal, his third. But it seems time will beat them. In mid-air, collected as he was kicking. Justin Westhoff, one of the goals of the season, if not the goal of the season.
If it's not, I'd like to see a better goal than
He knew
that.
exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was attempting. It wasn't high percentage, but he made it.
And do you know what? This is typical of Port Adelaide all year. I mean, they've refused to give in. I mean, the chances of them winning now are so remote. It's a fluky kick, sure, but he's kicked three, and maybe this next set about still important.
Taylor's going back. Joel Corey's playing back.
Well, that's respect to Port, eh?
Yep.
Cassisi banging forward, splitting the pack. Monfries, Corey, little handball, Taylor, Hunt, Broadbent, Hartland, goal! Yes! There's a pulse! I can feel it!
In the middle parts of this game, they couldn't get the ball out of the guts.
Well, the Cats have dropped everybody back. It's not helping.
Does anybody give them a chance?
The interesting thing is when they've got 2 minutes, 23 seconds, and they've got to kick 2 goals. And when you drop too many players back, almost now that's where the ball's going to be, because there's no numbers up the other end. So, but still, the centre bounce always becomes critical to make sure they get it.
They get thin in defence, but that's not the problem here. They get thin on the clock as well. Now a chance to win the 50-50. Spills wide. After it goes Gray. Brilliant by Bartel. Meeting the sandwich was Mackie. Diving in there is Wines. Over the football umpire lets them play. Mackie tries to drag it. Oh, wow. Who had the football?
Fantastic attack on the football there, James Bartel.
Still, we like Jimmy. We cut him a bit of slack as he kicks inside the forward 50.
So did the umpire, then.
So,
Ebert on the up. Broadbent, Young. They need a goal. Wingard. Can he provide some magic? Boak. Every second counts. Jonas. Monfries. Back to Jonas. Can he find somebody? What can he do? He's corralled by Varco and also Taylor. And the Cats are going to play the Hawks. Said it once before tonight. Motlop. And that is the cream on the cake. It's been a magnificent match. And what a finale. 52,000 here tonight. It's a big crowd. This town will be rocking and rolling. And Geelong have survived.
It's a great finish, Stevie Motlop. He's had a fantastic year. He'd be in line for all Australian honours come early next week. And
second half's been fantastic, hasn't it? I mean, someone had to break up the play, and he was the one who actually was able to do that.
Boak taken up the front, and it's going to be a ball up. So Port Adelaide, a remarkable season, 14th last year, 16th the year before, but the Cats are going to go to a 6th preliminary final in 7 years, and they'll make it 10 consecutive wins over Port. What a game. 23 points down at half-time, win by 16, but taken all the way. It's all for the Geelong. Great moment with Selwood and Boak here in the centre. Two guys that get on so well, the two captains. Down to you, Tim, with the captain.